tried it on this side, and we have failed terribly, Mr. Speaker. William Ruto was a member of ODM, Mr. Speaker. He was a member of ODM. He was mistreated. He left, went to church, prayed. He is now the president of the Republic of Kenya. In the last parliament, Mr. Speaker, we joined hands here to sack one of the best speakers, Senator for Tharaka Nithi, Kithure Kindiki. As we speak today, Mr. Speaker, he is waiting to be vetted to become a CS, Interior and National Security. And I'm telling those who may have lined up to finish the son of Nyamukami, son of Omogusi, you will never succeed, Mr. Speaker. I'm a Christian. I go to the SDA church. I go to the Catholic church. I go to the Evangelical church. I have people pray for me, including my dear wife, Mr. Speaker. We must send a statement, Mr. Speaker, that there should be fairness from this side, the minority side, Mr. Speaker. These names as tabled, Mr. Speaker, even if I will be the only one protesting, I want to go on record that I register my protestations against the list as presented, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, we should walk the talk. If we are preaching fairness as a coalition, Mr. Speaker, we should preach fairness, Mr. Speaker. My coalition, ODM, Mr. Speaker, we have 14 elected senators. 6 nominated makes it 20. If you go to the Committee of National Security, Mr. Speaker, it has got 3 members of Jubilee. And Jubilee has 4 senators here. Where is equity there? Where? How can that be? Really, how can that be? Why not pick one Wiper, one ODM, one Jubilee? Mr. Speaker, I mean, how can we allow such an injustice to be coming from the side that should be keeping the government on check, Mr. Speaker? On sessional committees, Senator Mwaruma here, Mr. Speaker, has made us a passionate plea that because of institutional memory, he should be included in the sessional committee of CPAC. But his name is not there, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge the members of majority side, Mr. Speaker, to be persuaded on the interest of all senators sitting here. If there is fairness on the side of minority, join us to push for fairness. That's my appeal to you here. And we have done that before, Mr. Speaker. This matter should be given a bipartisan approach, Mr. Speaker. So that, Mr. Speaker, at the end of the day, Mr. Speaker, what we are passing here should reflect fairness, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, if you want to send a message to some of us from where we come from, Mr. Speaker, let us know today, Mr. Speaker. From the county of Kisii, the county of Nyamira, Mr. Speaker, our population allows us only to elect 2 senators. And we have produced 2 senators here. Do you want us to multiply through osmosis so that we have 4 senators from Kisii and Nyamira, Mr. Speaker? We have done the best that we can to support our coalition, Mr. Speaker. And in return, Mr. Speaker, we want to be treated fairly, Mr. Speaker. I want to see, Mr. Speaker, if the leader of minority from the other side is from my neighboring county of Siaya, if the whip is from my neighboring county of Migori, I want to also see that the people of Nyamira, people of Kisii, are also acknowledged. And I want to ask my leaders, Mr. Speaker, to listen to us, Mr. Speaker. When we have failed to listen before, the results have been disastrous, Mr. Speaker. When we have refused to listen before, the results have been disastrous. Mr. Speaker, I was in this house. Mr. Speaker. When we refused
Senator Omogeni, Try to wind up, kindly.
The final point I'm making, Mr. Speaker,
Yeah,
I was in this house, Mr. Speaker, when Senator Wambua, Senator of Kitui, persuaded us to be fair to Senator Wetangula. We didn't listen. We didn't listen. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, I'm requesting, Mr. Speaker, that this House rejects these names. We go back, we adjourn, go to Kamkuji, Mr. Speaker. Our leaders listen to us. We present a list that is fair to all of us, Mr. Speaker, and that will give time to senators to discharge their functions, Mr. Speaker. So I reject, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, as you sit down, Senator Omogeni, Okongo Omogeni, you know, you have mentioned several leaders here who will go far. Now, as you sit down also, maybe I think today you are guided by the Holy Spirit himself. Can you also mention others, including the Kaduri Murongi, whether you go far? Because maybe... yeah? Maybe continue consulting your spirits before I leave the seat, then you also give me the blessings. Yes, let's now, Senator who has not spoken today at least, Senator Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to